The wind swept across the wide Texas plains, carrying with it the dry scent of dust, leather and unspoken tales. Out by the rail fence stood a man, broad-shouldered and steady, his hat tilted low to shield his gaze from the afternoon sun. They called him Cole, the kind of cowboy whose silence spoke louder than most men's words. He wasn't one for crowds or polished words. His life was measured in sunsets, miles ridden, and scars no one asked about. But when Emma walked into town that day, everything shifted. She wasn't like the women the town was used to. She wasn't dressed in frills, wasn't looking for attention. She had grit in her eyes, the kind forged by loss and long journeys. Her boots were scuffed, her hands calloused, and her laughter, it wasn't the delicate, fluttery kind, but the kind that rolled deep, like thunder on the horizon. The men noticed her, of course, but Cole noticed differently. He saw the way she carried herself, like she didn't need saving, like she'd already saved herself 100 times over. When she stopped at the saloon porch, brushing dust from her jacket, the whispers began. Who was she? Where had she come from? Why did she walk with such certainty when others faltered? Cole leaned against the post, silent, but his eyes never left her. Later that evening, when the golden sky surrendered to the quiet of dusk, fate pushed them into the same corner of the world. She had been asking about work, and the ranch hands laughed, saying women weren't cut out for cattle drives. Emma didn't argue. She just met their mockery with an unshakable calm, the kind that unsettled men who had never known true strength. Cole finally spoke, his voice low, like gravel stirred in the earth. You don't owe them a thing. She turned, surprised to hear him, studying him the way he studied her. And you don't know me, she shot back, chin raised. He tipped his hat slightly, the faintest curve tugging at his lips. Don't need to. I can already see you're not like the others. Her breath caught for just a moment, because it wasn't flattery. It was recognition. She smirked, stepping closer. So I'm different, am I? Cole's gaze locked with hers, steady and unflinching. That's why you'll always be mine. The porch went silent, the world pausing at the weight of those words. For the first time in a long while, Emma didn't feel like she had to prove herself. And for the first time, Cole felt the ground shift beneath his boots, as though destiny had finally arrived, dressed in dust and fire. Fire and rain. The days that followed were nothing short of a test, as if the land itself wanted to know whether Cole's words held truth. Emma rode beside him on the cattle drive, keeping pace as easily as any seasoned cowboy. She knew how to read the weather, how to calm a spooked horse, how to hold her own when the trail grew rough. The men who doubted her before began to watch in quiet respect, though some still muttered, their pride bruised by the sight of her, woman proving them wrong without ever boasting about it. Cole never said much, but his eyes gave him away. Whenever Emma's determination turned the tide, he'd glance at her with something deeper than admiration, something closer to awe. Yet it wasn't all dust and cattle. One stormy night the herd panicked, hooves pounding like thunder across the soaked earth. Chaos erupted, riders shouting, ropes flying. Cole spurred forward, but it was Emma who cut through the storm like a flame, riding straight into the stampede to turn the lead steer. She risked her life without hesitation, her hair soaked, her voice carrying through the rain. The herd shifted, the danger broke, and when it was over, she sat tall in her saddle, chest heaving but unbroken. Cole rode up, rain dripping from his hat, his jaw tight with the fear he'd just tasted. He grabbed her reins, pulling her close, his voice fierce. "You're out of your damn mind." She only grinned, lightning flashing in her eyes. "Takes one to know one." His breath left him in a rush. A laugh caught somewhere between relief and surrender. "You drive me crazy, woman," he muttered, his tone softer than the storm around them. She leaned in, her voice steady despite the rain. "Told you I'm not like other women." He touched her cheek, rough thumb brushing against her rain-soaked skin. "That's exactly why you're mine," he said again, firmer this time, like a vow carried into the night. And though the rain poured, though the fire of life tested them with every mile, in that moment, both of them knew they weren't just two souls crossing paths. They were meant for the same road, no matter how long, no matter how wild. Their story wasn't one of saving or being saved. It was about standing side by side. Different but equal, bound not by chance but by choice. And sometimes choice is stronger than fate.